Hey guys, it's your girl Yessie Day Imani, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing 5 things to consider before getting married. But before I hop into the video, I just wanted to share that I'm a wife, I'm a mother, and I'm a licensed social worker. So the things that I'm sharing today are based on my experience. So let's hop right into the video. And the first thing to consider before getting married is who or what is your soundboard? What grounds you? What centers you? Who do you rely on when things are difficult, challenging, hard? Your back is against the wall. You're trying everything you think you know to achieve or get through an issue or through a problem. Who or what is that for you? That is something to consider and think about, ponder over, because when you get into marriage, it's challenging. There are obstacles. There are challenges. There are very hard moments in marriage, and so who are you relying on in those moments? And my recommendation for that is that you use your faith, right? What does God say about marriage? What does God say about when you reach obstacles and challenges in your marriage? How do you navigate marriage? What does the Bible say about marriage? And I think when you do that, when difficulties happen and you're grounded in your faith, then you know, okay, God has the final say on the situation. I prayed about it. I gave the situation to God, and He is going to help me through this. He's going to give me a solution. He's going to help me navigate this situation. So I think it's very important because it really makes me think, like, what if God wasn't at the center of my marriage? Then what would we be doing? Who would we be going to? Because it's challenging. I'm telling you, marriage is challenging. It's a beautiful thing. It's a great thing, but it's challenging. And so when you reach those, or when you have those challenges, when you have those hurdles that you need to jump over in marriage, faith is that thing that grounds you, that helps you navigate those difficult times. So I'm just curious to know, if you're married and you don't have faith, then how do you operate in your marriage? Where do you go to when things are challenging? Where do you go to when you and your husband are feuding and fighting and you need a resolution? For me, that resolution is God. I'm going through a challenge. God, help me. Change my husband's heart. Change my heart. Make us better. These are the things that you do when you're grounded in your faith and you're married. So my first question to you would be, who's your soundboard? Something to consider, and hopefully it's your faith. And if it is your faith, then you're going to be equipped with the right tools to be successful in marriage. Question number 2, have you done the personal work? Have you done the personal work on yourself? Have you healed your childhood traumas? Have you healed and work through the things that you've been through in life that have caused setbacks, that have caused you emotional distress, that have caused you to lose your footing? Have you done the work? Because if you don't do the work, you and your partner, you and your spouse are only able to go as far as the weakest link. Who has the most emotional intelligence? Who is doing the work, and who is also pushing and motivating the other person to do the work? Because if you don't do the work, like I said, you're only as strong as the weakest link. You could only go as far as the weakest person in the marriage. You have to do the work on yourself so that you're the best version of yourself, so that you're coming to the marriage ready and open to navigate challenges, because you know that with anything comes challenges. You're not shutting down or backing away when things get challenging because you haven't worked through the things that you need to work through, that's going to allow you to show up to your marriage as the best version of yourself. So super important. Question 1, who or what is your soundboard? Question 2, have you done the personal work? Question 3, are you willing to be unhappy? Are you willing to be unhappy? And I'm not saying forever, but there are times in marriages where things are very challenging, things are very hard. And I understand, even in my as a millennial, sometimes we're just hopping ship. Like, oh, this is not working. Oh, let me go on to the next thing. Oh, this is not working. Let me go on to the next thing. Right? And marriage is that kind of commitment that you've made with you, your spouse, and God, where you said that you're committing. You're committing to this, and you're committing to this forever. And so when you make that commitment, you should also make that commitment knowing that suffering is going to happen. It is. It's a part of marriage. You're not always going to be happy. You're not even always happy when you're by yourself and you're single. So why do you think you're going to get in a relationship and you're always going to be happy? It's delusional. It's delusional. So I'm just trying to prepare you with the tools to be successful. I'm just trying to expose you so you don't hop into marriage thinking it's roses, peaches and cream, and happiness all the time. And it's not. Okay? It's not that all the time. So, are you willing sometimes to suffer? Are you willing sometimes to be unhappy? And not jump ship when that's what's taking place? Prepare yourself to be unhappy sometimes. Prepare yourself. It's a part of the process. It's a part of the journey. You're just not always going to be happy. So understanding that, acknowledging that allows you to prepare yourself for marriage. It's a part of marriage. And the fourth question is, are you willing to compromise? And I know that this is a challenge because I personally struggle with this. Are you willing to compromise? Specifically when I come from a single mom, a very independent, go-getter, driven kind of household. And then I get into a marriage where I have to compromise. I have to give and take. I'm used to like it's my way or the highway, right? And I think a lot of ladies who come from a single parent home, and you're being raised by your mother, you can relate to that, right? She wants to raise you to be independent with or without a man, to be stable with or without him. So when you come into a marriage and now you have to compromise when you're used to doing things and seeing things your way, it can be very, very challenging. So be willing and prepared to compromise, to give and take, to, not always have your way. The fifth question is, are you marrying the person based on reality, or are you marrying the person based on potential? Super, super important, right? You don't want to marry someone and you're saying, oh my God, this person has so much potential. All I need is, the right push. All I need is the right people around them. The day you get married, are you willing to take that person as they are? If they don't change at all, are you willing to still be with them for the rest of your life? A very good question to ask yourself. Of course, nobody stays stagnant their whole life. Hopefully, nobody is, sitting in a place and not moving or progressing or growing at all. But are you willing to take that person for who they are on the day you marry them without them changing or having the potential to change? So we all as women, I don't want to say we all, but a lot of women desire to be married. And I just want to kind of lay the reality down, which is that it's challenging, it's hard. And if you don't ground yourself in faith, if you're not willing to compromise, if you're not willing to suffer sometimes, if you're not willing to do any of the things that I listed, it's going to be challenging for you to be successful in marriage. It's going to be challenging. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And comment below if you think the tips I shared were valuable. Comment below if you think you agree or disagree. And I'm just looking forward to the opportunity to grow and share more. Happy New Year, and see you guys next time.